Welcome, gentlemen. Viewers, you are once again welcome to today's discussion. And this discussion is about geopolitics, about energy security, and about concerns of two great countries, two great civilization, two very ancient culture. I am focusing this discussion on energy security in respect to Greece and India. We have two very eminent speakers with us. The situation in Eastern Mediterranean is worrying. Turkey's unilateral decision on oil exploration are causing tensions. French Air Force Rafale fighters and frigates were deployed in August 2020 in order to defend common interests vis-a-vis Turkey and its offensive behavior. Towards members of Eastern Mediterranean Gas Forum, EFMG, in the zone. The military occupation that is being developed, the military cooperation that is being developed since 2020 between Athens and Greece uh, and New Delhi in India demonstrates the security worries at stake for both the countries. In the Eastern Mediterranean, too, in particular vis-a-vis the Turkish-Pakistani development, the friendship which is being especially worrying for India beyond its borders. On 26 June 2021, the visit of Indian Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar in Athens, Greece, focusing India's increasing cooperation in the area is an indicator to importance India and Greece are paying to each other to serve and protect their interests. India's combined import bill for fossil fuel triples over the next 2 decades, with oil by far the largest component, pointing to continued risk to India's energy security. Domestic production of oil and gas continues to fall behind consumption trends and meet dependence on imported oil rises above 90% by 2040, up from 75% today. The continued reliance on imported fuels creates vulnerabilities to price cycles and volatility, as well as possible disruption to supply. Energy security hazards could arise in India due to India's domestic market as well as mobility in the electricity sector if the necessary flexibility in power system operation does not materialize. In today's discussion, which is taking place, two experts, Dr. Ajay Kumar and Professor John M. Manikos, are going to discuss the entire spectrum of this subject. Professor John Manikos is PhD and is the director at Research Institute for European and American Studies. He
Thank you,
is
sir.
chairman. He is chairman European Intelligence Academy and founding editor of Journal of European and American Intelligence Studies. He is member of the editorial advisory board for the International Journal of Intelligence and Counterintelligence. The equally eminent expert in the discussion is Dr. Ajay Kumar, PhD. He is chairman of board of directors of Fox Petroleum Group. He is good at calculated risk taking, the risk taking which has made his entry into oil and gas sector as per his long-term investment plan. And he got very good response from the market and government due to his convincing attitude to investor and being flexible to negotiate. He is expert in global energy security landscape and his specific energy security needs in India. This discussion is brought to you by International Council for Industrial Security and Safety Management, and we are in forefront, present in 11 countries with 7,000 plus membership. Welcome to the discussion, and I will start the discussion with you, Dr. John. What role you see of India and Greece cooperation in Eastern Mediterranean gas forum?
Good evening from Athens, Greece captain, and my good friend, one more time, Dr. Ajay Kumar. I'm so happy to see you again. Thank you, sir. First of all, I would like to say it in a 10, 15 minutes, very shortly, that the situation in the Eastern Mediterranean is worrying. right now. 6 months ago, the Research Institute for European American Studies in Athens, we published, a research monograph about India, Greece, Cyprus, and French collaboration, and what is the consequences for the East Mediterranean Gas Forum from the Greek point of view and the India point of view. In these 25 pages of the research, which that we have already posted on the website and is available, we stated very briefly that in New Delhi, Paris, and Athens developed their power and intervening militarily in the region, in particular in the Eastern Mediterranean and the Indo-Pacific. Now, in order to make my analysis, which is shortly to the point, I would like to make some observation. So, and give it, later on the discussion to Dr. Kumar to talk to us about the India in more perspective. Number one observation from this study that we have, complete is that we see today the recent oil crisis in the United Kingdom, something that we don't see that every day. Also, there is a discussion since we talk about petroleum and oil security, Captain and Dr. Kumar, that oil prices will stay high for the next month, and the European Commission is worried how this is going to, turn out for the European economy and how this is going to have effect on the other countries, including India, of course, and the United States. Um, what is another important issue that happens in the Eastern Mediterranean? France and Greece government sign it and security alliances. Even though we are both member of NATO and both of the EU, French, committed that if Greece is attacked by another country, let's say hypothetically speaking, Turkey, France armed forces will come to the Eastern Mediterranean to protect our Aegean Sea, Eastern Mediterranean, and energy security. So India is quite important in this alliances. Now, what happened also in last week, which I need to say that is for the first time, Greek, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Egypt, special forces exercise in Greece took place. And along with that, Israeli, Greek, Cypriot upgraded security and defense cooperation is taking place also. So we see many countries are looking forward how to enhance energy security and support as much as they can the Eastern Mediterranean Gas Forum. Of course, now I come to the point. We need to have a stronger India, Greece, Cyprus, and to some extent, which I find quite interesting, France collaboration together. Because as President Modi said, India considered France also one of the most reliable defense alliances. So, as you can see, New Delhi and Paris is quite important because, France now has a special role to play in the Eastern Mediterranean, energy security, North Africa, in Africa, also in Central Africa, like Sahel, Middle East, they develop good collaboration with Greek Cyprus and Israel and the United States with the United Arab Emirates. And of course, we go to India. What would like to see in the Eastern Mediterranean, Captain and Dr. Kuman, would like to see a French AUKUS. We see the United States, Britain, and Australia, but would like to see a French European AUKUS. Would like to see French Eastern Mediterranean partners like Greece, Cyprus, Egypt, and the other, Israel, but India to be that. French AUKUS include European state plus New Delhi plus New Delhi. So it's quite important to see these countries. And of course, like countries like Egypt, Cyprus, Israel, and Italy, and the more to collaborate strongly with the European partners and India. Now, another thing that we are focused as an observation that Indian Navy and special forces must participate in military exercises in Greece with Israel, Egypt, Cyprus, and United Arab Emirates. Why not with Saudi Arabia in the Eastern Mediterranean region? Also, India, now I come to the main point. India Petroleum Company, all right, needs to be active in Eastern Mediterranean Gulf Forum as an observer, as a full member, and develop it stronger collaboration with all the members of the Eastern Mediterranean countries, and especially France and the United States, who is an observer. Also, the India Petroleum Company must be active in the European Union, in the European Commission too. And one more observation that I would like to make, that India defense and security research and development, the procurement, the India defense procurement must be very close with the European government, especially, Greece, Cyprus, Israel, and France, and some other countries, and most European countries would like to involve with that. And finally, what I would like to say is that French-India-Greece security alliances, must be able to counterbalance and to stop Turkish Pakistani destabilization and aggressiveness in Kashmir. And Turkey must stop to intervene domestically in the Indian, issues like they do in Greece. So what we see here is a business-oriented petroleum energy that India must have an active role, but at the same time, India is parting of a better European alliances and be an active member sooner or later. I think in 2022, if I can make an assessment, be an active member of the Eastern Mediterranean Gas Forum close to Greece and Cyprus and Egypt and Israel, the United States, Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, and more countries. So India has a role to play in Europe. And Dr. Ajay Kumar, who is represented, one of the most important, companies, energy security companies and petroleum in India, must be in Europe and collaborate with us. India is Indo-Pacific strong partners to us, and whatever it happens to India can affect us and vice versa. That's what is the summary of this 6-month report that we made and the Institute. And I would like now to stop here and give the floor to Captain.
Yeah, Dr. Ajay, you heard what Dr. John has mentioned. With sufficient background he has already built, my question to you is what are your expectations from EMFG towards India's energy security? We have seen what Britain is going through. We also get the news about China's energy crisis. So what are your expectations from EMFG?
So, I've heard of John Nomikos and for the viewers, this is John Nomikos who knows Europe well and he has served in a very big platform. So his voice is not small. His words to be counted in India. And Captain Tyagi sir is from the ex-army man. He's godfather like to me. But both say too much thing about the energy security, which is very important at this moment, the crisis time. But at the same time, having said that, first thing, let me tell you the what is the energy security for India and what is energy security means for Greece and Cyprus or France or anyone. So the measure of our triumph will be the state on which we leave the world for the next generation. Having said that, the security of the people and nation rests on our four pillars: food, energy, water, and climate. The Prime Minister, Indian Prime Minister, is very keen about all those four figures. They are all closely related and all under increasing stress. But that's not enough. To maintain energy security, one needs a supply system that has halted, Britain. We have seen in the recent time that provides a cushion against shocks. The shocks observer is important. When I was in 2009 and I met Gazprom CEO in Greece, in somewhere in, I don't remember the place. not coming in my mouth right now, but in Greece. His gas price was $14. That was also a shock. Greece was how Greece will pay $14 for per MMBTU price, and then he'll produce electricity, then he'll give it to the people. It's not feasible. That was again a drawback at that time. So it needs large, flexible markets, and it is important to acknowledge the fact that the entire energy supply chain needs to be protected to secure the energy. Thus, India and Greece or France or Cyprus or Europe should take steps like increasing the share of hydrocarbon-based energy, I mean promoting LNG and renewable promoting green energy in the same parameter, not one-sided. Greece should have a LNG terminal where I'm determined, as John Nomico says, sir, we are preparing two power plants in Cyprus. One we are taking time to get into the Attica Bank in Greece, and another one is we will develop a very good port in Greece. Greece will be the another Rotterdam for the European countries, not the Italy. Implementing the energy policy effectively is only the success to this kind of shocks. First thing is these are the energy security of the country. First thing is we have to learn the ground level. Even today, like in India, the rural households, like for example, do not have electricity connection. The target has been provided by the Indian Prime Minister by 2018 to all rural households. We failed, but I don't. As an entrepreneur, Indian entrepreneur, and for a global entrepreneur, I'm not working in India only, working in 23 countries, and I'm seeing. I work for the people. I don't hire from India and import people and burden the country by importing people into their country. I hire their local people. Like in Durban, I promised the government that I'll hire. It was a target of 1 to 3 billion rand agreement. And I said to the people, they said, are you coming with like China importing your own people? I said, no, I'll train you, I'll manage you. We'll recover. Only 6% people will be our own, and that will be global people, not Indian people. So that is also energy security part, the job. John Nomico sir will take you to the security part. I'm taking you to the ground part. And I'm proposing to the government to create no Dow Jones in India. Allow me. And only a few friends serving for governments. And I'm interested to get into it. Like as John Nomico sir said, how the Turkey is implementing. Turkey's intervention is one of the worst things they are doing. And I, as a businessman, I don't like it. Whether it is good or bad, I'll face some bad reciprocation from the government of Turkey. Maybe I don't fear. Country first, rest is RIP. I don't mind. But at the same time, India should respect Greece like India is respecting France. India is respecting other EU countries. India must get into the Mediterranean Sea so that the businessman like us who is going to invest in Mediterranean Sea, not today, we have already planned. So it should have got a security scope. Like I'm interested to have a Malaysian water to be used for oil exploration, but I'm not interested because the Quad has been formed today. Like India should form Greece, European and Indian partnership. They have not formed yet. It will increase the volume of Indian energy security as well as for the European one. Dependency on American LNG has shown the Europe some dark days also, and the prices lessened from the Gazprom. I'm not saying Gazprom is a bad company or Russia is a bad country. Russia is a good friend to India, but market runs on them because they have got the monopolistic approach. They have got the pipelines. Entire Europe has a dependency of on LNG on Russia. Americans took lot of time to take a policy matters on exporting LNG. They should do it or not. They should do it or not. They have given a free LNG to India. If even free LNG to India, it will cost $8 because loading, unloading, wheeling charges, then transportation, then other things, and the taxes includes $9. So even if it is American LNG is free, it's not feasible for India. Russian LNG was $8 already, $14. So for energy independence, they have to produce LNG. Market is LNG. It's non. It doesn't give you NOx and SOx, nitrogen oxide and sulfur dioxide. So it is a clean energy, and it takes a less space then CNG. So the vacuums, heavy vehicles should be converted into it, and it will enable more jobs. That this, I mean, this is energy security, not only stopping Turkey. Turkey, to stop Turkey is a very easy job. Once India and Greece is taking hand in hand, in Indian force is bigger than American force in manpower. China can counter India, and that it is 1:3 ratio. Indian one soldier has capacity of three Chinese soldiers. So if they have got 1.5 million soldiers, India has got a good number. So this is not a criteria. Once you are secured with energy, your people are living in a healthy situation. This is energy security. Lights are on, your TVs are on. You're talking discussions. You're talking about life. You're going to the office in a healthy environment. This is energy security as a businessman. As a John Nomiko sir is a geopolitics, which is very very important at this moment. After pandemic, his every word should be counted as a guideline. And I'm saying, as Captain Sir, who is very good in India government. Captain Sir is very good. He knows everyone in India government. Whatever John Namika Sir said, you must make a script of it and kindly pass it to the Intel and Security or NSALG21. Thank you so much.
Dr. Ajay, I'll be happy to keep that pretense, though I am not anyway closer to government, but then every citizen must voice their concern, and somewhere, someday, people listen to such concern. So my efforts are only to that limited scope and dimension.
Your voice is
John,
hard.
you heard.
So, so make a script or send the video to them, or I'll send the video to the top of the top. I don't wait. I
Right,
don't
right.
wait.
Both way,
I don't
both the countries are winner. Both the countries are winner. So, but John, you heard Ajay mentioning about cooperation, need to cooperate, and this is urgent need to cooperate. Two great countries. Both the countries are ancient and highly respected for their culture and literature. What the areas you see for cooperation between these two countries?
All right. Well, when I talk about collaboration with Greek and India, and I discuss with many decision makers in Europe, including Greece, they see India, as one of the most significant strategic partners in Europe, because right now the status of China is not so popular in Europe because of many reasons. The way they have it, the so-called the aggressive Chinese way of intervening in countries and try to manipulate the port, which is not really welcome. The way they are doing business in Europe, including Greece, they people in Europe, especially in the Mediterranean, they see India in a different way because they see India as the largest democratic country. They see the respect of the culture. We have it really an admiring history with India. Everybody who talks to us and to India, Alexander the Great is the man who is really connects us. So India is welcome in Greece and Cyprus, in Europe. I mean, we want to see Indian here compared with this aggressiveness and the way that the Chinese are doing business here. So I think, as far as I understand, I think that the collaboration with India, especially the business sector, like a J and the energy security, the LNG in Cyprus, the armed forces, the procurement, the weapon procurement from India here is more than welcome. And one thing that is quite important because I see the France, how strong collaborate with New Delhi, and uh, above all, we see the state of Israel and the United States, welcome India in Europe. So, distinguished businessman like Dr. Ajay Kumar must be here tomorrow morning. I mean, it's something that everybody is looking for that, because I don't think so that the way that the Chinese are doing the things in Europe might continue the way they are doing it. I think they are doing a lot of things that they are not really welcome in Europe. All right, and now France, France, which is really one of the nuclear power in Europe, having UK, which took get out of EU because of the BRICS, and we see what's going on of the crisis, oil crisis that they have it in Britain. This is the first time we see that, and I think energy security is one of the most important thing here. Is going up, and we would like to counterbalance the monopoly that's coming from Russia to Europe and to have another alternatives. LNG in Cyprus through India is another way. Is a Mediterranean Gas Forum with India is another way. So India to us is a country that must be here as soon as possible because is the larger country, the Southeast Asia. It's democratic country. It's not like the communist China. And India in a few years is going to overpass China. So as you can see, the mentality the mentality of the European citizen, welcome India as soon as possible, and especially entrepreneurship, businessman like the status of Dr. Ajay Kumar.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So, Ajay, you heard what John has mentioned,
Sir, my take
but
is
then,
very, yeah, please, sir, please go on, sir.
yeah. So, market is ready for you, and you have to just
Yes,
step in.
yes.
uh,
Yes.
but I want our viewers to know what are the exact energy security concern for India, because we have seen, long queues in front of petrol pumps, people abandoning their cars at the highway, causing big traffic jam. In China, factories shutting down because of no electricity. China being largest supplier of electronic goods in the world, there is going to be a very severe vacuum. Market will crash. If these are the situation with two big countries, as good citizen, we must understand what are the security concerns for India and
So,
how you see, these, energy security supply chain can be, maintained efficiently.
sir, first thing is what John Namiko sir said. If the, discarding China is only option, there is no second option. If we see, they have got a sci-fi economy, and projects they developed is not at par to the standards. Like when you say Chinese electronic goods or chips or whatever it is, they are not at per the standards of the European Union, because still it is cheaper in the market. That's why we are using it, but it's costing to the people's pocket three times. Because if iPhone, which is made in America, which we can use for 2 years, if a phone we buy from China or a Chinese brand, we are using for 6 months or 7 months or 8 months, and then in a year we are dropping it, then another we are buying it. That means almost we are paying as good as an iPhone. So your counter to that is Chinese is good in that, is useless. But at the same time, India, whatever the India should be considered as the new manufacturing hub, because Indian QC quality control system as well as the guidelines from the Indian government is very high. It's very high. For that you need to pay more money. So that is why the Indian product costs a little bit more. Now coming to the energy point. See, when we are talking about since the Chinese and all these things, uh, I've heard what John Namiko sir said. See, for energy security, you have to see the long-term measures to increase energy security. Center on reducing the dependence on any one source of imports. Like if you are importing energy, like in Europe, the pipeline is made by Russia. So they have to rely on it. Only the France has got the nuclear power, and that is not they are supplying to the entire Europe. It is not. So everybody has to rely on the gas supplied by Russian Gazprom companies. So this is how, if Greece or Cyprus or France or other things, they have the good oil companies. If they come and join hands with us, the capital to be merged, a little bit more flexibility to be given, that it is quite going to be easy, that they'll cut down the prices. And after this pandemic, it is very needed. It is very needed. The cheap oil price, the cheap gas price,
Yes.
and the energy security is very much needed to survive, because their living cost in India. See, a person living in India has got a cost of living is in rupees, and at the same time, those who are in Europe have to pay in euros, 80 times more. 80 times more. So this is the cost of living. So they have to earn 80 times more. European has to earn 80 times more to survive than an Indian who is earning in Indian rupees in India. So their life cost, that is why we need, this is what the necessity, but life, living cost, ease of living to be in a good situation by giving good infrastructure, giving good power supply, good boost of, security, energy security, not a hampering energy. Like tomorrow it will be a light or not, office, we should go to the office or not. There should not be a second thought, because now after pandemic, people rush to office like anything, anything. The new hiring, it should not be stopped. For that to bring clean fuel in rural areas, like in India, the government has said, what is Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana. I think John Nomiko sir will not get it properly. Our Prime Minister has get energy policy for the rural India also. He's giving light to everyone. He's removing darkness from every home. So these kind of things is not required very much in Europe, but they need energy security, like this kind of thing. For that, the governments to have tie-ups. More thing is the investors to be friendly to Europe. See, Europe invest in India, Europe invest in everywhere, in different sectors. It should be reciprocated. It should be like Indian. I'm interested in getting into Europe. So, like Europe is getting interest in India. So these to be reciprocated. It should not be obstructed one wise, like China has made. They are importing, they are dumping, but not
Yes.
they are taking import from America or Europe. So this is one way, and one-way traffic is not good. For that, New Delhi must get into Europe with a good, heavy, healthy partnership and good open hand. That
Yes.
Greece should come, Cyprus should come, France should come. That we will also invest. The Indian people should invest, and they should also import export. Then this is a vice versa. Otherwise, one side economy will up, one side down is not good thing. It's not good, healthy for, like what we have created one monster is China. Another time we'll create one monster in some other's name. I don't want to have a name, but somebody will be monster. Somebody will be monster. So we have to make a trade deficit balance. It should not be a major gap like American did it by mistake, having a trade deficit gap with China, a huge in number, $7 trillion gap. It was not good for China. It was good for China, not good for America, and not good for Europe, because Europe NATO was fully dependent on American policies. Like in LNG also, entire Europe was fully dependent on American policy. They'll allow the export of LNG or not. Lithuanian port was developed. They didn't knew they were taking risk. Lithuania LNG port, they took the risk of $1 billion, 1 billion euros almost. They invested. They didn't knew that American senators will pass the bill or not. This Indian entrepreneurs are hesitating to do. That if we go in Cyprus or Greece, we'll put an LNG terminal, and Americans will not say that they'll not give the gas. Port will develop, import port will develop, but if we'll not get the gas, then this $1 billion is going to be a waste, full waste. We cannot dismantle it and set it to somewhere else. So these kind of things, geopolitics will play, as Namika sir
Yes.
said. He knows what is the geopolitics. I'm a businessman. I knows only profit. So these kind of things should not happen. But the pandemic, has killed the purchasing power. Now it seems difficult. I'm not here to please the governments, but ritually, saying correct thing is for government it will be hard to achieve the in real, but easy and very easy to gleam in papers. But they have to come into a little bit more constructive way when Europe is very much is in need of India and India is in need of Europe.
Exactly.
They have to cater it. If they don't, they'll lose the business. They'll
Good.
lose. They'll lose. They'll lose. Thank you.
John,
Very good.
as geopolitical expert, our viewers would like to know that Turkey, as a neighbor of Greece, keeps irritating your country.
Mm.
And this overbearing attitude of Turkey, maybe for some reason, what are those reasons why Turkey behaves the way it is behaving towards Greek,
Yes.
Greece, or for that matter, for any other neighbors?
Yes. Well, it's a big problem. It's a big problem, Captain and Dr. Kumar, because right now, Mr. Erdogan, medical health is not good at all. It's not good at all. He has a serious problem, and Mr. Erdogan is in Turkish politics since I think 1993 for a long time. His health now is deteriorating, very much, and she needs to find a way uh, to to be replaced by someone. However, the biggest problem there, as I said before, is that radicalization and fundamentalism and Islamism in Turkey is deep. Is deep. He's tried to resurrect the Ottoman Empire, which is almost impossible, and that he tried to fight that as many games to play with China, with Pakistan, to be like the savior of the Islamic world, which is almost impossible. And of course, the easier country as a scapegoat is Greece. Greece is a member of NATO, Turkey is a member of NATO, but as you can see, they don't respect the protocol of NATO to support each other. And you have an oxymoron here. You have two members, France and Greece, member of NATO, having a bilateral collaboration to support each other, which is NATO is responsible to do that. And then you have Turkey, which is a member of NATO, to be against each other. I mean, sounds a little bit schizophrenic scenario, to be a member of the same club and to fight each other, and two members of the same club to have bilateral collaboration to support each other in case that Turkey attacks us. So Turkey is a very unpredictable country. Erdogan has made Turkey to go to some kind of schizophrenic situation. Economy is dubbed, is really dead. They expect IMF to come in. And what they do, if you create a lot of chaos in a country, you try to externalize your suffering, your pain, your geopolitical pain. So what they do, they intervene in India domestically, and they try to intervene in Kashmir, and they try to support Pakistan, to make as many chaos they can against India. And the Erdogan and Turkey believes by destabilize Southeast Asia or destabilize Southeastern Europe, like the Mediterranean, could have some kind of win situation. But no one is winning by creating chaos. So I think, French and India collaboration has upset Turkey very much. That's why they go deeply, and uncover with the Afghani, Taliban, having the Pakistan, because Turkey is feel insecure about India coming to the Eastern Mediterranean, especially on Cyprus, and India LNG provide affordable prices for Europe. This is something that Turkey does not welcome, and they play now with Russian. But Russian, if you see the history, it's not a strong collaboration with them. It's not, Russians are manipulating Turkey for their own reason. And when they see that Erdogan is weak and Turkey is not, useful to them, they will throw Turkey to the garbage. So, as you can see, they try to go beyond their strength, but it's a country that cannot succeed in what they want. So, India is a huge country. And let me tell you one more thing. Why the United States create the AUKUS, the United States, Australia, and UK? For one simple reason, to make Australia a nuclear power. Why? Because they are targeting China, but the Americans are not going to have the same kind of relationship with the Pakistan as it used to be. So they upgrade Australian against China, keep an eye on Afghanistan and Pakistan, and the country who's going to win from them is India. Geopolitically, India is getting stronger, and India sooner or later, with Japan, will join the AUKUS, but India will join also the Eastern Mediterranean Gas Forum. That's why Dr. Ajay Kumara is welcome here as a professional expert on oil business and LNG in Cyprus and so on. We are ready to see India in 2022, 2023 in our neighborhood. Thank you.
Ajay, what Turkey is doing to Greece or in the neighborhood, China is also doing to India and in the neighborhood. So there are two parallels. How would you like India to address China's problem, similar to what uh, Greece would love to do with Turkey? Maybe on similar line or maybe different line altogether. What do you suggest?
Sir, I have a very patriotic approach. Like John Namiko, sir, is a great son of Greece from there, and I'm proud of an Indian. So he has got a snake like Turkey, and we have got two, one snake and one dragon. And Indian Army uses long boats, so they know how to cross the snake. And China doesn't deserve to be killed by bullets because it costs 65 rupees. They don't deserve that much. They don't have that much cost also. Their life doesn't cost 65 Indian rupees. So they should be treated like anything else. And I'm not interested taking China big. It's a sci-fi economy. It has not unaudited economy. Greece has audited economy. India has an audited economy. India has a constitution. India is a government. India has a prime minister who runs the show, who comes up, who speaks to the people, who does something for the people. What is the China is killing his own people? It's a country, Turkey, who wants to create Islamic State or Khalifa kind of thing. But I don't want to talk because John Nambika sir will explain what is Khalifa because he's from the intelligence. But my point of view is very simple. That is why I started because we two patriots are there. You are from the Indian Army, don't need certificate, but we are at least I'm civilian. I'm a businessman. I'm proud of that. What I'm saying is totally true. And because see, when I talk about the Greece or Europe, see, everybody has done a mistake, but ancient India doesn't have made a mistake. When Patna of Bihar has a contact with the Greece, and Seklu's daughter has been married to the Patliputra family. That was a relationship. We must counter that relationship. We should honor that relationship. See, India doesn't went to suddenly to Italy or suddenly to France or suddenly to France came to India. That is also a relationship. We must counter those relationships. We must adopt those relationships because we are one. At least from somewhere we are related. We forgot those ancient era because forgetting history will kill you. It is no business if you forget the history. Like Afghanistan forgot the history that India rules one day to Afghanistan, and it has been gifted by Greece. Afghanistan has been gifted by Greece to an Indian emperor. It is a fact, and it is the true, and it is the factually, ritually, and actually true. So we should honor these histories, and that is why we didn't honor. So Greece is not in Afghanistan, India is not in Afghanistan. A terrorist state, which is Pakistan, is in Afghanistan. So he's troubling you. So when you talk about the brighter aspect of energy security, you should have a history, and we must know the history. And even some of the businessmen who is into oil and gas business, they should know the geography first and history every time. And I'm saying, because these Greece, Turkey, and other China dispute is, both, at least Turkey and Greece, both countries, conflicting projections of national sovereignty. Turkey is an invader like Pakistan and China. They've got that mentality, so they should be stopped. India has stopped them to some extent. Chinese excursion, and Pakistan has been, stopped by Indian military. It again implicates to Indian security. If the security is not there, we the businessmen will not invest. So foreign investment will not come. If the Turkey has made an intervention in the Greek property, that means investment will stop. That means they are threatening by border, they are threatening by economy. So the threat on economy is bigger than the border. People they say that some kilometers has been acquired by other military is a bigger option. But I see as a businessman, if threat on your economy, then it is bigger threat than the border. So Greece must object it heavily. Greece must should be respected, and India, who is suffering from these all disease since last 1947, must know the same pain what the Greece is suffering from Turkey, and India must intervene. We have got a number of soldiers. We have got the strengthful soldiers. We must adopt a policy to be the boss of the, stand against the terrorism, against the kind of excursion. We should not wait. What the economy is going to happen. If we'll boost the economy, if we'll go stand by in the Mediterranean Sea by our INS Vikranta or Vikramaditya, it's good to make an observation that how the investment goes, Indian investment and European investment will follow in India. If you give them a good support, they'll give you with the money. Sometimes you have to give the muscle power so that you receive the currency in dollars, euros, and any format. So this is what the reciprocation has to be done. See,
at this
while sir was saying, Turkey's, first time, last time also when I was talking, Turkey is the only country who has used military in oil resources. India doesn't, never has been. Even the Americans has not been used. American never used any, military kind of thing into oil exploration. Turkey used it. Turkey is threatening Greece, businessmen also. I know some of the businessmen names personally. I had a word with them. I know Cyprus, how my partner has been threatened. I don't want to give him a name, otherwise because he has a wife from Turkey. So he's going to be, have a big problem. So that's why. Otherwise, I could have given a name. So these are the things. Turkey is creating a problem, and Turkey should be stopped. Like we are stopping China at the border. See, for me to make matters was a traditional source to friction between Turkey and Greece includes Cyprus now, totally with another set of interlocking geopolitical tensions. And countries including France, Egypt, and United Arab Emirates. As such, not only has the number of countries involved in the crisis zone, but also scope has broadened to include new issues, including recent energy discoveries in the Eastern Mediterranean and ever foreign Libyan, imbroglio. These issues in turn have qualitatively changed the nature of the crisis, and it is not one-sided. It is all coming from Europe via Turkey, not from Libya, Syria, or UAE, or anyone else directly to Turkey. So, or directly to Greece or Europe, it is coming from Turkey. All these things is maddening. So, Turkey should be stopped on these issues. And see, I don't mind if I don't visit Turkey in my lifetime. Doesn't matter to me. But if they respect, they have any kind of democracy, they'll not stop me going to Turkey. Or mostly, I am. 200% sure I'm going to have a business in Cyprus, France, Airbus, and Greece, a huge film city, entertainment district, as well as oil business in Greece. So nobody can stop me.
Ajay,
And
yeah,
secondly, how with this crisis along with the bilateral,
great.
Greek-Turkish disputes morphing into an Western Mediterranean crisis with multiple actors. And third, why is this crisis more perilous? I have the answer. The answer to all these questions is India must respect European Union and Greece, and must receive reciprocation. China will be
Right.
nowhere.
Ajay, at this
China will be
point,
nowhere. So thank you so
Ajay,
much.
at this
My
point,
answers are very flat, and I'm sorry I'm giving up more
great.
business answers than I'm going into the politics. I don't want to be because John Nomika sir is here for the political and geopolitical and intelligence situations. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Ajay, in fact, there have been a few remarks and a question which I will share on screen, and I will read it out. And both the speakers are, I'm sure, aware about World 360 with Manu. Dr. Manu Chaudhary, she's uh,
Thank you.
she's doing show YouTube program, and she's in touch with both the speakers. And her question is that why LNG gas stations need worldwide? What will your strategy will be for India and Greece? And is Indian government supporting your LNG gas station?
I've got
This
some mic
question is
problem, I think
addressed to
so.
this question is
So
addressed to Ajay.
to find.
You can read out, and then second question is to John, Professor John.
So
My
got a mic
suggestion to
problem.
you is to Turkey always tried to blackmail European Union. So why it is so? So when you both answer, try to keep your answer short because I will request you to make your summing up remark of about 2 to 3 minutes each. So
Okay.
Ajay, your response to uh, Dr. John, you can start.
Okay, very shortly, Turkey is always blackmailing the European Union because they are interested to get as much billion of euro they could. Right now, until now we speak, Turkey government has received more than 5 billion euro to provide humanitarian assistance. But but can you can you reply to me? Can you if I ask you who is auditing where this money goes? I do believe that this money that they receive from European Commission by blackmailing Europe, that if you don't give us this money, we are going to send, million of refugees from Afghanistan via Greece to you. So, EU, instead of just asking for an embargo or sanction against the Turkish product, they back up and they surrender to the Turkish, blackmailing. This is not a serious issue. I mean, 27 member states cannot be hostages to a deteriorating economy like Turkey and to an authoritarian, leader like Mr. Erdogan. And there we could say to them, listen, you know, you stop blackmailing us because if we stop buying your product, your economy is dead. Pakistan and Azerbaijan or India cannot save you. So it's pity to see, the lack of leadership in the European Commission by having Turkey to blackmail us anytime they say to us, give us money or we'll send you million of Afghani, immigrants to you, and that's your problem. That's the real fact, ladies and gentlemen. It's
Yeah,
pity and sad to see the European Commission be blackmailed by a country like Turkey, which is an unpredictable country that tomorrow might have more problems than we can imagine.
yeah, Ajay, you can see the question, And this
Yeah,
question is from again, Dr. Manu Chaudhary, and she wants to know about LNG gas station, why these are needed worldwide, and how India and Greece uh, can have better strategy, and what are the benefits you see?
see, as a, see, he said it well. Look who is talking. Pakistan, who is already at the world listed in the IMF. Turkey blacklisted. So these are the who is going to teach this, and India, they are already country. They can't back the refugees. Afghanistan is a by political discourse. We want to talk about that. Being on Greece, they should not black. And Indian military is good. Joint exercise comes up for the power given to the Turkey. We have better you and you have better investment. We have is than you, and we have more economic power than anyone else. So we go to the Greek, see them. This will more all of the Greece, and it will help us also India that we are getting into Europe. So it is not one side. It is good for India. Only a complementary. It is good for India. Complementary. It is very good for India to
Ajay,
go into the
your audio is your audio is jerky.
as a business,
Audio
as
is
a,
jerky.
geopolitics, and as for intervention. India should show it more.
Uh, Professor, now my question is to you because Ajay's audio is very jerky. This is the last question. Try to keep it short. And question
Okay.
is, what are the military cooperation you see between Athens and Delhi? Because this is the reference point in the paper which you mentioned early in the discussion. So, what are the military options you see between Athens and Delhi?
Well, I think this is very interesting question, Captain. I have visited, in the past the Greek Ministry of Defense, and I see there is an interest, big interest between Greece and India to have, strong collaboration. Of course, right now, one of the most important things to have an India military attaché in Athens and the Greek military attaché in New Delhi, number one. And number two, the Indian Navy must come for military exercises with the Greek Navy. And we are preparing, I would like to say that now, we are preparing a research study that we are going to publish end of October about how beneficial is for the Greek Navy to have the Indian Navy in the Aegean and Eastern Mediterranean. This report will come in English in 4 weeks from now. And this is quite important. And of course, we would like to see the Indian special forces, law enforcement, to come to have exercises with the Greek special forces and law enforcement here in Greece. This is a plan that I would like to see it in Greece in the coming, at least in the next 2 years. So the collaboration between Greek and India armed forces must be enhanced, become more stronger, and to invite India cadet from the military law enforcement to come to be trained and be educated with our own officers here in Greece. So I see a very positive collaboration between our two countries along the business sector, which Dr. Ajay Kumar knows better than me. But I think that no matter what's happening here, we must collaborate. Why? You know why? Because our culture is our life.
Right. Thank you, Doctor. And Dr. Ajay, last summing up comment from you, and let's hear from you. What are the common possible objectives of both the countries so far as energy security is concerned? We are talking about Greece and India. What is your reference?
Sir, it's a larger point. ensuring uninterrupted availability of resources at an affordable price will be the achievement of the country's needs for India, European countries. Say that Turkey is really going to create in coming uh, for the Europe also to counter Europe. And New Delhi are the major to response of that so that investment in Europe from East Asia should not be stopped from Europe to hinder. This is the interest of India, most likely. After Turkey and we give energy military, and that's much I say more on that. Right? But it is very important. The crisis is beginning, and it trouble for Europe also. Please, it may extend to because Pakistan rebels or name of the tribe terrorism tribe, then it will be a problem. Then the he will be in stage and terrorism will take stage. But I want energy to be taken first stage. More investment rights, the offices should be working hard in their pockets. So this is my. But if Turkey that game, then to be like India, we have played in Jammu. We have seen 50, 70. There, Greece, the same. So Greece, same, and India must. Thank you so much.
Good.
Viewers, you have seen and heard two experts, both with the respective pride in their great nation they belong to. Energy security is key word. In fact, it is key to success of any country today. High and mighties will fall down, and those who are very, very concerned and plan meticulously long-term objective they keep in mind, they will succeed because energy security is success key for any country. Thank you, Dr. John, and thank you, Dr. Ajay.
Thank you.
You have
Thank
been
you,
So
sir.
thank
very
you.
candid, very forthright and clear in what you see on the subject. The possibilities are immense. Cooperation is something which will make two countries coming close to each other, two great ancient culture and civilization once again coming together and marching forward, strength to strength, making their people happy and secure. I request
Thank you.
our viewers to
Thank you,
once again join
Thank you,
us,
Dr. Kumar.
subscribe the channel, and I
Thank
have given the contact details of both the speakers in description box. You are encouraged to directly contact them for any issues on the subject or any subject. They are always open for discussion. And thanks for Dr. Manu for joining our discussion and asking questions and making comments. Once again, thank you very much. We close the discussion and let's have a very happy day ahead.